shop. We're doing a project, and he's talking about this car show he's got coming up.
Every year I throw an annual car show, and it's a fundraiser to help raise funds to send kids to summer camp. I think if Ian shows up, it's going to kick the attendance up a notch. It's 1 month away, and I think you should show up.
I say we just build something. Like, build something new and bring it to your show to reveal it. I think that would be a hit.
So I was thinking, man, it'd be really cool if Ian showed up to my car show, but now he's talking about building something. You're telling me that you're going to build, that we're going to build.
Yeah, you're got to be here. Tom's kind of blown away. So he's a little concerned, but I think we could do this. I got this potential up at my friend Bill's house, and if I can get that off his hill, I'll bring it down here, and you'll see. He'll be totally into it.
I'm on board. Let's do it.
Cool. You just got to be here. That's
I'll be
all
here.
It takes.
I guess I'm going to be here for the next month building something with Ian. Hopefully we get it done.
We're up at Bill's, and the treasure hunt is on.
Now this is the chassis that the roll-off truck you did came off of.
This is a 1948 International Harvester. It's a KB8. It's a big rig. We used the body on Bill's other project truck. So he had all the components from the early truck left over. This thing is old school, man. It almost looks like an old hot rod frame you would start with, just gigantic. The axle's super cool. If you didn't know better, you'd think it was like a giant Model T or something, just the way everything looks. There's a reason Bill didn't use this. It's pretty rough. The engine is toast. Transmission is who knows what. It's completely gunked up with dirt. I don't need any of that. All I need is the frame and the axles. It's a perfect starting point.
Yeah, this chassis is rough, but I didn't want to throw it away, and Ian doesn't like throwing away either.
I think I could build another vehicle out of this. Do you have a cab? Obviously, we used the cab on your other truck.
I do. I have 2 international bodies. I like international trucks. I always have. And every time one comes available, I got it.
So this is like a 48. It's the same as yours, right?
This is a 48. This would have been called a KB5.
Yeah, it's smaller.
Right.
And this is like a 54?
I think 53 or 4, something around that era.
And this bed was on the back of this red International
No, different vehicle altogether. This was off of a 1944 Seagraves fire truck, roadster type fire truck.
Crazy. Oh yeah, it's got these handles where they would hold on.
Yeah, the fireman would hang on. I doubt whether they're OSHA approved today.
Yeah, this is neat. Oh yeah, engine 4. Says it right on it.
Well, you know, I have the cab for this still. I don't have any frame.
You have the sheet metal.
I have the sheet metal roadster cab.
Well, never mind these little dinky pickup trucks. Where's the fire engine, man?
I'll show you the fire engine.
In Bill's endless pile of parts, he's got a fire truck. Holy moly.
Yeah, this is what's left of my fire truck.
Where do you get something like this?
Well, I bought this years ago at an auction, and it was a complete truck at that time. You know, I love the old fire truck because it's a roadster, and it's one of those keeps getting moved back project. I'm never gonna get around to it.
This is freaking awesome. This thing is crazy. It looks like a Model T with this cowl. And then an awesome, like for the Model Ts, for the racing cars, they would make a V-butted windshield, and this has already got it. I really need to check this thing out. Pulled it out of the weeds, and it's in very good shape. I know the chassis got the look. And then seeing this body and the bedsides, I'm thinking giant hot rod truck. So I think that this cab is the game changer. Never mind those pickup trucks. Bill and I have got a really good working relationship. We exchange parts for work a lot of times. Judging by the amount of stuff that he just gave me, I might be in line with him for some really wild stuff.
I'm always excited to watch Ian and see his gears turning in his head and what he does.
These are the basic building blocks for my inspired project. So I'm trying to explain to Tom what I'm cooking here. I got your typical radius rod scenario, but just giant size. I just set up the ends. This is a piece of a landing gear.
Ian pulls out this part. It's really cool. It's got this military green on it. He says it's from some landing gear. So is it cool to put airplane stuff on hot rods?
Yeah. You know that surplus place I love so much. They got all this good stuff. The lower arm on this radius rod needed a bend in it, about 90 degrees-ish. I wanted Tom to get on the machine and get a little workout, you know? Everybody thinks the fabrication is all glamorous, but it's also a heck of an exercise session. The last 2 pulls are really tough.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
The way this machine works is it increases leverage as you go around the dial. So Tom starts off, he's like, oh, this ain't no thing. I was like, keep on pulling, brother. You'll see what it's made of.
Oh. Wow, dude, how do you do this?
That's what I'm saying, it's freaking tough.
I've seen Ian pull tubes before, but he makes it look easy. It's not. It's not as easy as it looks. I win.
There you go, man, victory. Once I put the tubes in place, you could see it's got that look, that hot rod look. All of this is conceptual, but you never know till you try it.
If it works, yeah.
What do you mean, if? If it works, he's gonna eat his hat.
This hat? No, this is my favorite hat. I'm kind of skeptical. We're taking giant parts from a giant truck and we're trying to trick them out hot rod style. Anything can happen.
Drop her down.
Moment of truth, huh?
The big question in my head was, how is this gonna operate? Is it gonna swing smoothly through its arc, or is it gonna bind? Huh. Actually works. Up to this point, this whole project's been conceptual. The whole look of this project is how the body sits on the chassis. It's the look of the whole ride. So getting it in place, I could tell right away, and Tom agreed, this thing is way too tall. Look how freaking massive this body is.
Yeah, it looks kind of goofy up tall like that.
It is, it's way too tall. My initial thought was this was gonna be kind of a highboy style, real old school look on top of the frame rails. As soon as it was in place, I could tell it was not gonna be okay. That's why I wanted to put this body on. It's just way too big. When the whole truck is up in the air, the body looks kind of small, but now it looks massive. That close to the ground, it changes everything. The firewall looks like a freaking tombstone. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
I think we gotta channel it.
Yeah, there's no question about that. It'll look so much cooler too.
Right, I'm talking about a hot rod, and you know the formula, man. Low, big and little tires, then lean. We gotta strip this thing down. It's looking good, but it ain't there yet. Both Tom and I agree, this big box on the back of the cab is not the look we're going for. First order of business is to chop it off. Channeling means you drop the body down over the frame. It gives the whole vehicle a lower profile. The compromise is the interior room. But I don't care about ride and comfort. This is all about the look. We're channeling this sucker. Get it down. I'm just into it, you know. I love this plasma cutter. I'll use it all day long. So I got the shades on, you know, shields are down. I'm in the moment. Tom's yelling.
Woo, we got a fire in the fire truck.
Fire in the truck. I think he's just into the fire truck. I'm like, yeah. It's just these wooden cars, man.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do about that?
Should we call the fire department?
Want to see something cool? First things first is I see this as an opportunity. I mean, if this is a fire truck, I'm gonna do some experimenting.
Should put a little bit of gasoline on there for some dramatics, so it really looks like it's on fire.
No, this is like fire department stuff. You starve it from oxygen. Theory behind it is if the fire has no oxygen, it will extinguish. So I'm thinking lack of oxygen, carbon dioxide doesn't have any oxygen. Let's try some of that. That didn't work. I guess the velocity of it coming out just made a really better fire. Plan B.
So the fire's growing. Ian says, okay, this isn't working. Don't worry about it. I got a fire extinguisher.
I hate this thing. Ready for the mess? Whoa, you're out. That didn't work. We just had a fire the other day, and I used all the fire extinguisher. Let it burn. I'm done. All the while, the truck's still burning. Tom's gonna go old school on it.
So here I am, working on a fire truck, and I think, what would a fireman do? I went and got some water. Everything's solved.
You know, Tom, that's why I keep you around.
Because I'm a
Here I
hard
am.
thinker.
Here I am with all my cockamamie ideas. And you came in with the oldest form of fire prevention I've ever seen.
And now we need a mop.
We got the fire out, the body lowered down, just as we expected, and it looks great. Now you're talking hot rod. That's perfect. What do you think about that, Captain? Is that gonna work?
Yeah, man, now it's looking like a hot rod.
The thing with getting the body in place is now we can kind of mock up what the wheelbase is gonna be. So in order to do that, we got the engine in place. It's a 454, it's a big block Chevy out of an old 1-ton dually I had. It's a great running powertrain. After that, we mocked up the bedsides. I knew right off the bat that these bedsides were way too long. I had my own vision of what this was gonna be. I also brought Tom on board because I wanted to see what his vision was gonna be. Groovy. I think we're onto something, man. What do you think?
I don't know, man. It's too long, it's too boxy. Something's just not right. Something's gotta be done here.
You're right, that bed's too long. Do you like the slanted back with the cool detail on the handrail?
I like that. You know what? There's gotta be a way to keep the coolness of the back and the coolness of the front.
The engine 4, right?
Right, gotta keep that engine 4 and gotta keep those handrails.
See that seam right behind the upright? We could cut that handrail right in half. It's already 2 pieces. So we can, look, this comes apart right here. So we could ditch this upright, make a new one, and just cut it somewhere in here and hide it with the tire, hide the seam with the tire. Wait till you see how tall these tires are.
Whoa, man, look at those. That's a tire.
Yeah.
Wow.
These are the biggest tires I could find available for the street. They're off of a cement truck. They're just massive, heavy-duty semi-truck tires. I think we nailed the wheelbase, but I think it's time now for some conceptual sketches. Moving around all these parts is starting to get to me. It's heavy. Tom's a graphic designer, and just like I like to take cars and stack parts, he likes to take pictures of cars and manipulate them on Photoshop. At this point, we're still in the theory and design of the rear bed. Tom's gonna go back, come up with some ideas, and I'm just gonna keep on building. My plan for this is to build like a miniature tube chassis just on the back. I got 2-inch round tube, 1/8 wall, DOM, super strong stuff. So I'm gonna create a shape that goes up over the axle, back around, and reattaches to the chassis. Bottom line with this design is that I'm gonna have to cut the frame right off. This whole chassis design's really high-tech stuff. I'm kind of doing a little behind-the-scenes action before Tom gets back. He doesn't need to know about this. It's all my brain work. When he comes back, it's gonna lift up, be ready to roll.
Hey.
Aha!
Wow, man, look at that cage. Well, I was really surprised when I came in and saw the airbag set up all done. Ian grabbed the air hose and fed some air to those airbags, and up it went, and he released it, and down it went, and it looked good raised up, and it looked even cooler let loose. Yeah, I really like the way it's sitting, nice and low for something this size.
I'm all charged up about my engineering and chassis design, and Tom comes in and he's all charged up about his artistic interpretation.
So check this out.
That's freaking cool, man.
Did a little bit of photo chopping and
Yeah,
our rendering.
I like it. I was thinking like, you know, flat black or something, but you're talking about a fire truck.
Well, yeah, well, it is a fire truck. Might as well
get it.
keep that coolness about it.
Sure.
This fire truck's from 1944, and you know, it's taken decades to build that paint job that's right there. And so I didn't want to mess with that. It looks cool the way it is.
Looking at this rendering, I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I want to build. The way he drew it out, it looks perfect. I think the proportions are just right.
So what I did was I brought in the bed sides a little bit.
Right, I like that.
Okay, that way it gives it a little bit of a pickup appeal,
Sure.
but it's not, you know, too flat down the side. It's still kind of hot rod. Kept the rails on there. I thought those are a nice touch, and added a few little extra characteristics to it to make it, you know, believable it's a fire truck.
I get it. Kids dig fire trucks, right? The only
Right,
thing we'd
exactly.
need is those hoses. I don't know where the heck we'd get them. That's a cool accessory.
Hold on a second. I got something for you.
All right.
This past weekend, I was at my friend's house, and he's got a really big yard full of really cool old school stuff. Check out what I got for you.
You are serious about this fire truck thing.
I am.
Wow. Tom is all charged up about this. You know, he took the time to take photos and do all these concepts, and he's got the fire hose to prove it. So like your sketch is showing, I'm just hanging right back here, right?
That's right.
Groovy.
When I saw the fire hoses, it really inspired me.
Let's do that. Let's make a hot rod fire truck. I think that's cool. Kids are gonna dig it.
Right.
It's a charity thing. Just keep a good vibe going. You don't need no flat black rat rod. We'll make a cool fire truck.
I'm glad you're into it. Sometimes it just takes a big hose.
Sometimes that's all you need. The whole thing is Tom drew a great illustration. He made a great rendering of what this thing could be. So I'm holding up the metal, asking him what's right. Do you think this height is good or should it come up a bit?
No, I like the height right there. The back, I think, needs a little bit of a rake though. Right now they're nice and flat and level, which gives it kind of a hokey look that I'm not crazy about. This thing needs to be raked.
Hold it. Okay, so that's parallel with the door jamb. That's how it wants to be.
I can already tell that's it.
I'm not 100% sure on the rake of this thing. I want to get the bed sides fully mocked up and then decide if it's right or not. We started by shortening the bed sides 11 inches. Looks like a garbage truck. I think they're too long.
This is a really critical moment because this entire time we've been wanting to balance between fire truck and hot rod, and it can go either way. It's really long and it's looking like a fire truck.
You can see here, the handrails, once they come out on their little stanchion, they're way out. All right, so that's the height. See what I'm saying? It's almost like the handrail needs to be just inboard of this. I'd like to see the handrail here. This is a big truck and we're shortening it, I don't know how much, a couple feet. So that's the way it works, you know? It's trial and error. See, man, that's where we're at. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, then it's just past the tire. Initially, you might think the bed looks a bit too short, but this handrail comes out another 7 or 8 inches.
One thing that Ian's really good at is taking old stuff and making it usable again. Rather than trashing it, you know, he makes use out of it.
Anybody could go to the metal supply and get these parts. I got it right here. Some old fire truck and some old school bus seat. It's gonna work. There you have it, one full custom seat frame. Well, I've been working. Tom's making his initial cuts on the front grille. It needs to be shorter, so I'm gonna make some marks for him to follow.
Ian breaks out the soapstone and starts drawing some stuff on it, some lines, cut here, cut there.
So you can cut right like that.
Wait, where do you want me to cut it at? It's kind of confusing me. He's got lines over here, lines over there. They're intersecting. It looks like a map of South Central or something. I'm not sure what's up. This is the I guess, caveman style.
You're gonna come in like this, right? You see a guy here, you turn left. You see a guy there. As you're coming around here.
Right. You cut that side. I'm sure in Ian's mind, he knew exactly what he was doing. That's why he wrote the lines the way he did. He knew he has a vision. A little scared here. I'm trying to keep up, and I'm like, wow, can I do this? It's a tricky thing going on right here. I hope that's what he wanted. I make my first couple cuts. We take it back over to the fire truck to mock it up and see how it's gonna fit.
So standing back looking at it, I think the height works. But I think that grill still has to come in.
Bring it in behind the axle.
Yeah, then it's gonna look like the suicide axle's proper. It's just still, proportion-wise, the engine, you're seeing the radiator, right? The engine's just kind of hanging in space. With the grill ahead of the axle, there was plenty of clearance for the suspension to move. But as soon as we wanted to set it back, the axle, the shackles, everything was gonna smash this thing as soon as it hit a bump. So I think the only way we're gonna make this work is to cut like a V shape in the front. I think my lines will make a little more sense this time. You wanna cut it, or you want me to cut it?
I'm letting you cut this. Ian lines it up for some more cuts, and this time I'm like, oh, hang on a sec. It's getting a little bit detailed here. So I hand it back to Ian and say, you cut it. I'm not messing this thing up. It's in your hands again now, pal.
I think all this cutting was starting to get to him. He was a little hesitant to go for the radical sectioning. Now he's even more hesitant to go for the V cut, so I'm gonna pull a few tricks for him and help him out. Hopefully we got it right this time. We're running out of grill.
Set it up on the truck, and it looks great.
Right off the bat, it worked. It's gonna need a little more trimming, but this is the look. Yeah, now look at the line from the bed. It's all facing down. Standing back looking at it, the grill is set back inside the front tires. It looks like a mean machine.
The grill of a hot rod's a very important piece. You know, if you mess it up, it's obvious. You know, it's right out there in front. We cut a lot off of it, but it's still looking cool.
Tom's got to hit the road. There's a ton of little details to finish up. I got about 2 days to do it. Just gonna make it happen. Made a lot of progress on the truck and got my ace, Jackie Rabbit. She's here doing her clean and paint detail. She's clear coating the body. She's putting on all the fasteners. Everything that looks pretty. While Jackie's handling all this paint and detail, I get to get this exhaust built. Fortunately, my friend Don donated this set of headers. Unfortunately, for me, they're for a small block Chevy, and I got the big. These look like your typical headers from, say, a T-bucket kit car. You know, you see them all over the place in the 60s and 70s, people running these headers that come out, down, and they got exhaust dumps. They are the perfect look, but the one big problem is they don't fit this engine. When you look at the exhaust ports on the head, you can see the outer ones are almost in alignment, but the inner ones you could see are way wider. The first step is to cut off the flanges on the header. I got another set that are bolted to the engine, and I need to make a match. Now I need to take these two center ones and split them wider. I think I'm gonna have to torch these bends to anneal them. If it was a nice chromy finish, we'd ruin that, but these are rusty. I can get away with it. Metal is malleable. You just gotta warm it up. You can move it around like clay. So these tubes, as strong as they are, as soon as you heat them up, you can reform them. But see, look, it moves right over. My whole process with this was to try to gain leverage so that last bend, the hardest one, would have a bunch of stuff to work off of. So this one, you can see already, it's definitely a good 1.5 to 2 inches out of alignment, but it's also got to come up. So this tube needs to stretch up and forward. I plan on accomplishing that with a big old torch and a big old pry bar. Now you got a 3 against 1 scenario. I heat that last one up, it's got to give. The thing that was bothering me most about this exhaust mod was that you had new material welded right up to old. Aesthetically, this whole truck has to come together as one. If you put one shining, gleaming chrome thing, it kind of outdoes the rest. Hey, move it. You don't know what this could do to a furry animal. Stand back. So my plan is to just torch the heck out of it. These headers have been on a hot running engine for decades. I'm just gonna simulate that with my big old blowtorch and make it all happy. This thing is pretty much nailed. Car show's tomorrow. I'm gonna take it up there, show off to Tom, the kids, whoever else is there. Let's party. My favorite thing about this is the transformation. You saw what was pulled off the hill. Look what's hanging out in the shop right now. Before I take this thing to Tom's car show, I wanted my friend Bill to come in and see the transformation. Hey there.
Wow, Ian.
Welcome back. I went for it, man.
You did. You know, typical Ian, it's amazing. He shortened it, widened it, lowered it, resprung it, resuspension, and it's really amazing, really amazing. You know, when this was sitting on the hill, I was hoping that it wouldn't just sit there. I was hoping it would get back together.
Yeah, really the only part I didn't get from you was the engine, the headlights, and the seat.
It just looks great. I love the originality of the 1944 Seagraves fire truck.
The wood deck and the back step solidifies the fire truck look. All this thing needs is a couple firemen on the back step. Fire hoses are in place, it's ready for action. I got this thing wired up and fired up. It's driving around, I'm ready to take it to the car show.
Today, we're here at the CLA 4th Annual Spring Car Show and Fundraiser. We're raising money to help send kids to summer camp.
It's a total down-home community thing, lots of cool cars, barbecue, bands, you name it. Tom's put this car show on for a few years and it just keeps getting bigger and better, so to be a part of it and bring a fresh build out, it's super cool, helping out a friend. Tom hadn't seen this thing in a few days, so when I pulled up this morning, he was really excited to check it out.
Oh man, I was blown away. It turned out awesome, man. Well, this thing seems to be a crowd pleaser. People are digging this hot rod fire truck. They're loving everything about it.
I came out here specifically to see this car. What I like about it is he's not afraid to go with something big and bodacious. When people actually see it in person and get to see the tactile feel and see it roll down the street, but you can't help but to look at it and go, damn, that's awesome.
I just think the man's an artist. Just the total coolness of the whole deal. I was pretty blown away.
You know, every time I've worked with Ian, I bring something to the table, but I take something home too. I either learn something when it comes to how to build or artistically. It helps me grow as a hot rodder and a car builder myself.
Building a truck of this proportion is pretty massive undertaking, especially in the time frame, but just like working out, you know, we got through this. It's on to the next. Been living out here on the ranch for almost 3 years now, and it occurred to me that every ranch needs a dedicated ranch truck. Something so that when you mosey into town, they know who's arriving. I've been collecting parts, I've been stashing parts, I've been shopping for parts, and I've been thinking of all that stuff, and it all starts with this little jewel. It's a classic piece of Americana. You know, here at Envisioning Central, we like to start off with projects that have a lot of missing parts. It really keeps the mind free to explore the possibilities. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, it doesn't look much like a ranch truck. And the only reason for that is because a good 70% of the vehicle is missing. That's not a concern for me. I've thought it all through. I've thought part of it through, and here we are. What could possibly go wrong? You know, I'm not one to give stuff away. This Model T has been hanging around for a bit, but I knew it had a ton of potential. What am I gonna do? Put in the old-fashioned engine and putt along at 30 miles an hour? Oh no, this is where it gets real good. I'll be right back. This must be what it feels like to be a Formula One driver, except, you know, in a Pinto. I mean, 2.3 liters of fury. You can just mash the pedal to the floor on this thing and not worry about it. It's like a go-kart. It's fun. A fine machine. I tell you, they don't make them like they used to. What we have here is a perfectly good, perfectly hot-wired Ford Pinto. And I was thinking, Model T had a 4-cylinder. This is a 4-cylinder Ford. Why the heck not? Ford engine in a Ford project. I just like to keep it that way on certain occasions. So if I could update my Model T from the factory brochure, I would order 2.3 liter with an automatic transmission. It's a perfect donor. I want it to look like an antique, you know? I don't want it to be a restoration. I want this power and ease of shifting with the Ford Pinto and automatic transmission. Sounds simple, you know, it's real easy to describe something, but this was never designed for anything with, say, 100 horsepower. So definitely have to upgrade the strength of the chassis, but the first thing is just the fitment of the engine. I know it's physically bigger than the original engine, and I gotta see how that's gonna work out. You know, in classic old school fashion, you're gonna wear what you got, right? If you only got one pair of shoes, you're getting them on somehow. In simplest terms, this is the classic shoehorn technique. You know, you hear it, wow, they must have shoehorned that engine into that car. Yes, literally. Heck yeah. See, now the motor mount is in that C channel. That's what I was going for. So I think the simplest solution is I made 4 of these tabs that fit inside this C of the chassis, so I can weld in there, and then the original motor mounts, the bolts go right through. I really want to keep the same formula for the transmission mount. I'm going to leave all the stock pieces in place and then attach it to the chassis. You can see is the original cross-member transmission mount from the Pinto. It's going to hang right on this surface. It'll get drilled through, and then this will sit right on top of that. And the little wrench comes in real handy with this. Put your little wrench on there, and yeah, give it a pull. Well, the coolest factor of these Model Ts is back in the day, there were no roads, so everything was off-road. It's a perfect runabout, you know, just for getting into town and back. So what I did here was I set this plate on top of the frame, so that's just sitting there like a cradle, and I set this side under the frame. So that way when I unbolt it, I can just drop it out and get rid of it. That is step one in the 500 steps of this simple project. We're making progress on the mechanical. I got some really cool ideas for this ranch buggy. I'm talking about the style. On to the good part. Notice anything different?
I see a lot different.
The thing with this is, you know, I need a ranch truck, right? You see what I'm driving. I want something with character. You know, when I show up at Carl's Hardware, everybody knows who's coming to town.
Yeah, this is rad.
You know, Alan is well versed in custom work and creativity. He works on the fly a lot like me, and I'm sure that he is not concerned with a venture into the unknown. Check out the Harley exhaust.
I love it. I love it.
I was going to use the Model T exhaust, and then I remembered I had these chopper fishtails.
Yeah.
So I just put it into a single. I used both tubes and put them together. You're a really talented fabricator, right? You got the paint skills, you got the bodywork skills. How's your carpentry?
I think I know what a square is.
Okay. Let's throw this on. I'll show you what I'm thinking. As usual, I like to loosely assemble all the pieces and then see how it fits together. You know, I wanted like a truck, but not like a pickup truck, like a van body with a roof that comes over, like a sea cab, but a wooden body.
A cab.
Let the envisioning begin.
So I think I see what you're saying.
Like a stagecoach, like a paddy wagon, but kind of a hot rod. You know, like something I would say like Mother's Pies on the side or something, you know, like a delivery truck.
I really don't see it yet.
I know it's pretty vague, but it's like a van, right? But it's like a sea cab, but it's like a delivery vehicle, but it's old-fashioned, but it's new.
I hear you, I see, but I don't see it in my head.
Fortunately,
But I love what I see. I love what I see.
I came up with an idea, the envisioning process, right? Forget about whatever fabrication it takes. Let's just talk concept for a moment.
Yes.
You know, I'm not one to tout my own merits, but this may be my greatest achievement of all time. The envisioning board, the full-size sketch pad, Da Vinci, Einstein, the greats. I'm standing on their shoulders and I feel that I've arrived. See how I jacked it up in the back with that rake? So that's kind of what I was thinking, like it would have that stance, you know, so it's not fully Model T. You know, a lot of times you'll see where it's like, you know, kind of like a that shape, right?
Right.
It kind of takes away from that nose down look.
It kind of does. It's almost like they kept the buggy look where the man stood there holding the reins.
Right, exactly. First step is to figure out the seat height. You don't want to be looking up over the windshield. Fortunately, Alan's about the same size as me, so he's the guinea pig. All right, it's all you.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, that's it, man. You're in the car. It's perfect. That's the height.
That's the height.
Yeah.
It feels comfortable.
You could theorize all day long about the look and proportion, or we can use Ian's envisioning board. That's a take. Take that drill, and right where your shoulder blade is, drill a hole right through. Perfect. Right where your knee is, you're bent. Now right where your ear is. Right where your nose is. Right where you'd like to be holding the steering wheel. Directly across from your belt buckle.
Belt buckle?
One for your pancreas.
Where's my pancreas? Is it right here? There you go.
Now, we have a clear and decisive layout.
Nice.
Perfect start.
So, it was the ear, right?
I don't know. Ian Martin? Yeah. Hey, all I said was I had a good idea and didn't say I had it all figured out. So if this is your ear, and you would just be inside it.
So you can barely see you as you're driving.
Yeah, just want to kind of be in it.
Seeing this opening, I just get this like 70s feel. I don't know why. I get this 70s feel. You know, now I'm starting to feel it now.
Look how tall it is.
It is tall.
That's a
It
freaking
is
tall
tall.
truck.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
You know, this is the process of refinement. You start with an idea and you just keep honing it. So this is round. Trace that thing. Seeing like a real life size representation, you know, really helps the process along. How's that look?
Yeah, it's perfect. It really is. You see a little bit of your knee, see your leg a little bit.
Feels comfortable. It's like you're here and then you see somebody you don't want to see. Well, that settles it. Next step is to take the template and transfer it to the wood, you know, full size, full strength, and it's really gonna flesh this thing out. My favorite part of the project is like the first 10 minutes of it, right? Where you just bring that idea to reality. I think that's our line, man. I'm digging it.
I like the round. The round says hot rod to me.
Yeah, once we were talking about C-cab, I'm like, oh yeah, just like wide open, you know? If it was a delivery vehicle, no doors or anything, you just hop in and hop out. Prepare to enter the C-cab. Yep, looks difficult to get in. That makes it a show car. Oh yeah.
Beep, beep.
It doesn't matter if I fit in it. I don't even concern myself with that stuff. I got something here from Speedway that's gonna seal the deal. It's exactly what every Model T needs. Aha. Perfect.
I love it, yes.
We got the look, we got the sound. We are on our way. Now that we have the template, we'll transfer it to our final skin and complete the structure. Because this is a transition, this is gonna be like a subframe inside the roof. And then the actual body will go around this. It's time for the school glue. A big concern for me was how are we gonna put this thing together, right? So typically, you know, you put a nail in the wood or a screw and you see the head, and I'm like, no, this is more like furniture, like cabinet work. So I concocted this idea of a subframe or substructure inside, and then the fasteners were reversed. That looks like a C-cab roof, don't it? We gotta get in the business of furniture making, man. We could build a couch. Definitely in the cartoon realm, this is where I thrive. Oh yes. The absurdity is just beginning. I love it.
The roof line looks really good.
I got 2 words for this. Groovy. Let's put this insert in and see what happens then. Oh yeah, look, it fits the windshield perfect too. There's nothing like 3-dimensional representation, life size. This thing is way cooler than I thought when we hung up those boards on the rafters. It's big.
Looks like a Hot Wheels almost.
Oh yeah, totally cool. You know, I gotta say, the envisioning process and assembly of this went way smoother than expected. It's exactly what I was thinking. A little bit of nonsense and a lot of fashion. The C-cab's really coming along. Alan and I just followed through that same process, front to back. We laid it out, squared it up, screwed and glued the entire assembly together, then skinned the roof with masonite. So all that hard work led up to this. The construction of this thing is pretty much there. It's just now, what does it look like? From here up, I love it. From here down, I have concerns. I don't really like this tone. I don't want to drive this truck. And then I don't like this either. So, you know, Model Ts were black, and I'm thinking, well, I want a wooden body, and I don't want to really paint it. I got a little leftover auto paint, and I want to experiment. Experimentation is the spice of life, you know? Sometimes just taking a whisk, you get the reward. You could primer this thing and bodywork and do the whole deal, but I want it to look like a wooden body. It could just look like fiberglass, you know, when you're done. But I was thinking if I take a rag, kind of like staining, I could do a test piece, or I could just put it on the truck. I think I'm gonna go for the latter. You Yeah, I like to go all in. No test piece, just go for it. Adapt, carry through. This is my process, you know, because either way, you did something. It's better than sitting there and doing nothing. I feel a little like Bob Ross, the master, right? All this happy little wood grain, we're trying to enhance it. The vapors coming out of this auto paint bucket are really working for me. A totally different mood. You know, I think I'm gonna try this on the side too. Part of the process is accepting the fact that every shot might not be a straight line to the finish. The things you can't plan for are usually, you know, in my opinion, the coolest thing ever. Well, I've achieved something. Black really did knock the yellow down. We still got 2 tones of finish. I like that. I think it still needs some development. I want to get this thing off the jack stands and on the ground. Now that I hit this positive note, I want to fix something that's just been on my mind. It's been bugging me since we started this thing. I've had these for years, and now I finally have a purpose for them. Wheels and tires are one of the big statements of the vehicle, right? It's like, well, what is it? Is it a cruiser? Is it a race car? Is it a monster truck? What is it? What is this thing? I'm asking you, what is this thing? These are 32 Ford rims and these cool Excelsior racing tires. The look of these rims is classic. I mean, imagine if I did this whole C-Cab project and left those dirt track tires on it all the way around. 4 good used tires. I think it's the perfect option. The big problem is the 32 Ford bolt pattern doesn't match the Model T and it doesn't match the Ford Pinto, but I got a plan. We got 3 different bolt patterns going on here. The Model T rims in the front, the Pinto rims in the back, and these 32 Ford rims, they're all different. I had my friends over at Send Cut Send. They're really cool. You send them a drawing of what you want, they cut it, and then they send it back. So it's perfect laser cut steel plate. They also set up the bolt patterns for me. This is the 32 Ford rim bolt pattern, and this is the Pinto bolt pattern. All I gotta do is start drilling. You gotta be careful with wheel adapters. You know, not all bolt patterns are meant to be paired together. So the 4-lug to 5-lug conversion gets a little tricky. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Is it gonna fit? This is one thing I was worried about. I'm glad it's not directly rubbing, but it's close. Exactly what I was looking for. Simple, clean, old-fashioned. What was on there was pretty weird. What's on there now is just right. The next challenge is the front. That Pinto engine is significantly bigger than what was there. So we got a couple problems, as usual. Sometimes when I'm deep in a project, I just wake up in the middle of the night, shocked and sweating. I had trouble sleeping last night. That typical thing, the big question mark, what to do about this paint job. I came out here first thing in my nightcap and socks. I sprayed that side black, and I gotta say I'm happy with it. Am I compromising the airflow from this fan? Absolutely. Is it gonna overheat? That's hot rodding. So it looks like it's gonna work. And you know, the only thing that's gonna tell is testing it. But man, if I rev this thing and it starts nipping on the radiator, that could be the end of it. Ooh, ah. Even in 1923, the engineering and the thought, it was preparing this car for the rough roads ahead. And I tell you, this hardware is pretty interesting. It's like a suspension for the radiator. I just think it's so cool because it's like the simplest form of suspension. The way it's laid out with the springs, it's gonna stay where you put it and it's gonna hop around a little without destroying itself. So if this thing does go bouncing around on desert, you got a little shimmy to the shake. So this looks good for sure, it'll cool it. But I'm looking for something a little bit more like the Model T, you know? That aluminum is way too bright. I know just what to do. All of a sudden, period correct. Look at that. That looks old-fashioned. Wouldn't you say? The big stickler in selling the antique look is keeping this hood in place. Nobody sees what's going on in the engine, you know, the sleeper factor. This is where our problem begins. So if we were to scrub a line straight through, you got an alternator bracket, got an intake manifold, we got a dipstick. So it looks to me like we're gonna have to cut that hood pretty good. That's not very stealthy in my opinion. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Desperate times call for desperate measures. There's no way this thing's going without a hood. See, I got that dipstick tucked out of the way, no problemo. If you're an auto purist and somehow made it this far in the show, I suggest you cover your eyes. It's about to get real. You know what that means? I'm gonna have to cut into this original hood, and I ain't scared. Okay, maybe I'm not that nervous, but I do feel a slight tug on the nostalgia heartstrings. Scratch the paintwork. Aha! What's going on in that Model T? It's just a matter of chipping away at all these culprits. You know, some stuff can stay, some stuff can be modified, but this alternator is a major factor. Who'da thunk? Actually makes them a little more aggressive. That's gonna work. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the end for these two things, but I wanna put these headlights on to see how they look. Looks like all the mechanical stuff is gonna clear. We'll see what this develops into. The headlights are gonna tell me. I think this is gonna seal the deal on the front end. These two prime specimens. These are the real deal Model T lamps. They look like they belong there. It's actually a Model T. Nobody knows that there's a Pinto in there. I love it. The final element, the crown jewel. Thing that says you're meant to ride like the wind. Everything's lining up. I'm putting the final trim parts on this and something, it just needs a little bit something. I've been struggling with this. You know what they say, it ain't over till it's over. And it ain't over yet. It's getting close to drive time. It's gonna be a wild ride. Moving right along on this buggy, you know, we're getting all the little things in place. We got rid of all that yellow wood tone. Everything's painted black. Getting the wiring progressed. It's almost ready to go down the road. There's just one final thing. We've been busy. This Pinto engine's a little bit more modern than the Model T, so I added a fuse block. And one cool thing I'm doing is I'm routing it all into the stock dash. So it's pretty groovy. The original key will actually start it. It's pretty neat, these old-fashioned switches. I was able to open it up, find out what terminal matched to what, and I just wired it in place of the other stuff. But it's not all daisies in custom buggy land. But sitting back here looking at it, it's like, man, what else could I possibly do? I think the sides are just a little too bland. It's just a real big panel. You know, there's a lot of action with the hardware on the windshield, with the lights, you know, the way that the running boards, it's all very dimensional. And then you have this long, flat side. It's like it needs something. Everything's fair game when I'm working on a new project. That's kind of sacrilege. This would drive people nuts. I just might do that. This one might actually fly. I mean, it's only natural, you know, when the shop is full of signage and you're looking for some kind of element on the side of this thing, it's like, hey, what about a sign? That'd be pretty groovy. Thing is, this is a pretty classy rig, right? So to comic it up, you know, to put something funny on it just might not fit. I'm thinking conservative. We can mark this day in history. That's right. I said it needs something conservative. I started thinking oval, like an oval window. It's like, well, it's a Ford, and, you know, Ford is a blue oval, right? I mean, I got this sign, and it's definitely more appropriate than the Chevy rectangle, right? I'm not really feeling the blue, but still the old Envisioning device. That works. I like that. It needs to be antique, you know, and that's the right script. It's old school, Ford, you know? It's like headlights had it. It was on the grill shell. I just think hanging a sign on the side is gonna be a little bit like not what I'm looking for. I got an idea that just might enhance it a little bit. Check this out. The Ford oval, right? It's not complicated. It fits the bill. It's the iconic emblem. Why wouldn't it be there? It's gonna take a little something to fit it up, but I think it's a good progress point. You know, I was thinking from the start, like an oval window, and I was like, why would it need a window? But you could see that would play for sure. Just like making a custom bumper or a chop top, you know, the modification should look like it belongs, like it was always there. That was a little dustier than expected. But I think that this edge is gonna be really set off if I make it black, like that. I think we can kill two birds with one stone here. I definitely need a piece that's gonna support the signage, but I think we could also enhance the look of the interior with the same panel. Kind of a double whammy. Yeah, see, nice and clean. It just gives that interior like some kind of like reason. I really want this to look like a picture frame, you know? It's really amplify the fact that it's inset, so by painting the edge, it's gonna draw your eye inward towards the sign. I like it, but the blue's still bugging me. If you don't like it, spray it black. That's my motto for this vintage vehicle. Getting rid of the blue really helps. What if I took that part back? It's like I kind of like having it look like brush strokes like that. Kind of looks almost hand painted if I just do it like that. It's super antiqued. Finger painting, it's not just for kindergarten. I couldn't have hoped for better on that sign. You could see it's that oval shape, it's recessed, and it looks antique. It looks good. The whole thing here is, you know, this is the artist's canvas, right? There's bound to be a little overspray. We'll work through all that in the end. I made that template to duplicate it on the other side. I'm gonna do the same process. A few more minor details and this chuck wagon is ready to chuck, or something like that. He got this Model T project finished up and in gear. My favorite thing about it is just that old time feel. I dubbed the Mr. T. I pity the fool that doesn't like this car. I mean, this thing is a pretty unique mashup. It feels like an antique car, exactly what I was looking for. The thing was, I started just with the idea, right? 27 ranch truck. Once Alan and I started collaborating, you know, we got the plywood out, we got some 2x4s out, and really we developed the look of this C-cab body, and I gotta say, it's beyond my expectation. It's got the old Model T steering column, Model T switches, a little old, a little new. It's definitely got the flavor. A huge part of this was the visual statement it's gonna make, and my friend Gilbert, the pinstripe master, he came by and did his number to the sides of this thing, and it's perfect. I didn't want to get into this restoration. I just want it to be functional, and everything I added to it, I want to make it count. It's got the big giant eyeball headlights in the front. It looks like a classic vehicle, but it's got a little trick underneath. I got it wired up, I got it fired up. Now it's time for the true test. This thing is engineered to cross the Great Desert and go all the way to the market. Taking it for the shakedown run, no surprises, fortunately. Reliability of this engine transplant, smooth, hard acceleration, not all the gadgets you gotta do with the Model T. Pinto power. The thing drives awesome. I was super surprised because that Pinto was pretty busted. Wait till we hit second. Whoa. The driving experience of something like this on a dirt road is just mind-numbing. It's teeth-chattering. Old school. You take a corner, you're going across the seat. It barely stops because there's only rear brakes. It's got way too much power for the whole thing. It's over the ruts, it goes in the berms, over freaking mud piles. It's a heck of a ride. No stoplights, no seat belts, nothing between you and your destiny but this plate glass window. My first statement was, I want a ranch truck, right? Of course, do I do anything that's absolutely functional? Heck no. And I was allowed to do exactly what I want, and that was wing it. I had all these components, I had an idea how they could be retrofitted together, and I just went for it. Sort of an experiment with a strong reward. And man, Model T is definitely a cool rig.